Baby, are you ready to go?
Yes.
So proud of him. He didn't do anything, but we were proud of him. Yes. Where he's going to college is very satisfied.
Goes on before Christmas. How to get beverage for her party. Yeah.
Years ago, did you graduate?
27. Yeah.
And the whole thing is a
Kind of opens up.
it's a magical little world.
Right, oh, it's
Oops.
yes. So Lisa, guys, one day left. How does it feel?
Great. Really great.
What are you drinking?
Blackberry mocktail.
That's too close, Ross.
Party time!
In fact, we have a family relative.
So very, very good. He was just on his game. Oh, look. Oh, this is for Vanity Fair.
Yes.
A little Fox television broadcast. Here, one of the more auspicious gatherings in Deirdré district. This is Woodstock Schools Parents' Banquet, and it's one of the brighter students over here.
Rebecca Blank, would you like to say anything for the camera?
Not particularly.
I think you could definitely make a whole business out of that.
Smile, dirty, cheese, dirty, cheese, dirty.
Josh, say something interesting.
Um,
How does it feel?
feels very weird, especially because there's a big camera in my face right now.
This could be the last documented stuff.
You have like, oh my
Of our time at Woodstock.
Lovely stuff, man.
Hello, Ross.
Very dirty accent there.
She's a very, very dirty woman, by the way.
No, I'm clean.
You can just see the
I'm
dirty
clean.
stains on her.
Shut up.
I'll be very happy.
Whatever.
Not from this camera. Jaju, Ansha, would you like to say everybody knows?
I love Jaju.
I love her.
So how does it feel when we left?
Feels
Awkward.
but good. Good
think
that good that we're going, but bad that we leave our friends.
You look gorgeous, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
To start?
Namaste.
नमस्ते जी नमस्ते थैंक यू खाएगी
Okay, okay, yeah.
No photos.
Why are you forcing? It's okay then.
Is that yours? No. Would you like to say anything to the camera?
No, thank you.
Would you like to say anything?
I don't have anything to say.
Okay, well, if you imagine yourself watching this like 20 years from now, what would you like to say to yourself in 20 years?
What would I like to say now?
I better be rich and famous. Not famous, rich at least. Yeah, that's it.
So Lisa, 20 years from now we will have a Woodstock reunion. What would you like to say to yourself 20 years from now? Lisa, 20 years from now, what do you want to say to yourself?
I want to say rest in peace.
Oh my god. Benji, how do you feel about yourself in 20 years watching this video, remembering your time at Woodstock?
Funny, because I don't think I'll be that funny in 20 years.
So you want to remember what a funny guy you were back in high school?
Yeah, showing off my boxers in front of the whole school.
That's right. Please
Yeah.
tell us the tale so that
No,
it's never forgotten.
No, I think we got that.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Well, just say it again.
Okay, I was playing. I recited a piece in front of the whole school, and yeah, I willingly showed my boxers to everyone. It's pretty nice.
That's great. Harry, how does that make you feel?
I couldn't even look okay. I was just laughing and I'm like hiding my face the whole time and just like looking straight.
Oh, what is this for anyway?
Right, so 20 years from now at a Woodstock reunion,
Yeah.
we'll be watching this video.
Huh?
You two
I know,
may
I
still
came
be
later,
together,
I
you
took,
may
but
not.
you were
What
in
would you
there.
like to say to
Hopefully we'll be
yourself?
together, yeah.
So 20 years from now, you'll be watching this, and you'll still be together remembering your puppy love.
Okay, I hope not. I don't know.
Okay.
What was today?
Oh no!
Go say hi to my dad. Be right back.
Hello guys, what would you like to say to yourselves 20 years from now when you watch this movie at a Woodstock reunion?
I don't care.
About yourself?
No.
Hi! What about you?
I don't care either.
Okay. Well, great. Mega, what would you like to say to yourself 20 years from now when you watch this movie at a Woodstock reunion?
It was nice. I don't know.
What do you want to remember about yourself right now?
I don't know.
First of all, how hot are you?
Okay, enough. Enough, it's okay.
I'm really excited about this.
Brother,
What would you like to say to yourself?
brother just look like him, eh? Just a bit fatter.
Nothing much will change.
Taste fuck.
Really?
Except for my song Viet Dao. It will go to Hanoi.
Beautiful ladies on the stage program was. I can't possibly
I was trying to be 10 minutes because I didn't make him go up.
Girls, what would you like to say to yourselves 20 years from now when we meet up at a Woodstock reunion and watch this?
We're not watching that.
Anya, anything you'd like to remember about yourself 20 years from now that you'd like to capture on camera?
I'd like to remind everyone how Anya almost killed me one night when she was like, no, she did. Deep inside this placid, outwardly looking little Dutch girl lies a vicious sleeper who's ready to attack her roommate at any given moment.
She's lying.
Mr. Kreider.
Julia? What would you like to remember about yourself besides the fact that you're not shy?
Who wants to tape this?
I think I'll remember.
Show this in 20 years.
Thanks, though.
Hey Nandini, what would you like to say to yourself 20 years from now when you watch this again at a Woodstock reunion?
I will always be thin.
Alright, let's capture that. And then we will be able to measure 20 years from
Hi.
now. What would you like to say to yourself 20 years from now?
I hate myself. I'm really sad that Ross will not be in Milan when I'll be there. I'll see Ross soon, hopefully. Yeah. Have fun.
All senior band members need to go to the stage now.
Overcoming, welcome you all to the Parents' Banquet. My name is Deirdré Straughan. I graduated from the Woodstock class in 1981. But more importantly tonight, I'm the mother of son of mine, who was graduated from the class in 2008. Before we get started, I would like to ask Ms. Reedy and Nancy to sing grace for us.
Celebration. We're so excited for this evening and for each of the students that we're celebrating. We pause to thank you for the many things that you have given us, our friendships, our families, the love that is here, also this marvelous food, the ways that you have taken care of us so richly. Thank you, and pray your blessings upon the celebration this evening. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
I want to give one quick thank you before we start to Mistry Singh, who is the mother of Ahol, and is responsible for these beautiful placemats and napkins and table runners, which you see before you. And you are each welcome to take home your set at the end of the evening, unless you want to leave them all here and start a restaurant called Renaissance. So I would invite you all now to partake of the buffet, which is right in there. Go eat.
She said it in English. Okay.
The entire time I've been here, but not in a terrible way.
Happy birthday, dear Misha. Happy birthday to you.
That's fun. Go ahead. Go catch up.
Look that way. This is your favorite, right? On this side too. I see. This is the Chinese over.
Sorry.
I would like some of this. Is there a spoon?
Videoing the food.
Thank you, Jean.
I'm videoing people eating the food.
Is it?
Because there is spoon.
Get up and kind of see what's out there.
Yeah. You know, she's doing some really interesting thing at my we need to travel.
How are you? Deirdré?
Here's our guys. You get a shot of these guys in their shot.
Where do this man?
Yes. Mr. Money.
This is a Burman meeting.
अच्छा जी ठीक है
Good evening. Can everybody hear me? Hello? Everybody over here, can you hear me? Okay. Just going to tell you about what is happening this evening. There's still seconds, so anybody who would like to have more of dinner, please feel free to help yourselves. We'll be serving dessert a little bit later, please. The Parents' Banquet is traditionally an occasion for the parents to speak to their children, and perhaps also to speak to the school. An opportunity for us to tell you how proud of you we are. And we'll be hearing from several parents in the course of this evening when I invite parents to speak. I would encourage any of you who would like to, please do. Keep it fairly short, but we would very much like to hear about what you feel about your children on this wonderful occasion of their graduating from Woodstock, and anything else you'd like to address. I would also invite the students to respond. We're also going to use this opportunity to acknowledge the contributions of several other groups of people who have been very important in our children's lives here at Woodstock. And also, I'll give you forewarning, we're going to have some entertainment from the students themselves. Those of you who were here yesterday at the awards assembly will have heard there be a special recognition to Baba Singh Ballet for 39 years of service to Woodstock School. Now, I know that there are other alumni parents and other sorts of alumni here tonight, and I think you'll recognize a familiar face here, Deirdré. He was a bearer in Midlands when I was in school, and when I came back to visit about 12 years later, you remember me. And that's one thing I would like the students to realize. I think you already do, your class. These guys know you. They have known the school for a long time. They know you. They will recognize your children when they come. They are there for you. They have helped you in ways that parents would have done if you were at home. And I think we all owe them all a big round of recognition. I would also like to introduce the Gus and the Ruth, who are here from Mars Restaurants. There are Mars catering folks who have put together so many wonderful meals for us, and I believe we'll have yet one more wonderful meal coming tomorrow. Mars has gone all out to make these very special for us, and I would like to thank them and to my classmate Teeran Mistry, who manages this whole food situation here at Woodstock now on behalf of Mars. May I have a round of applause for everybody? Now, the Renaissance class of 2008 has in fact shown how much they appreciate the hard work of our employees. And I'd like to invite her to come up and tell us about that.
I think if we back up about 2.5 years ago, one of the things the class heard me say once in an assembly was that there are particular things in my life that are a passion. And at that point we laughed about it because the passion at that point was that we were going to try to get through a mela without using any styrofoam cups or plates. We accomplished that. But along with passions comes another one. After you're here a while, you happen to be one of those particular people who someone comes along and touches you for some help. This spring, I think in the last 2.5 months, maybe 3 months, I have been asked on 5 occasions in total whether I would loan school employees money. Woodstock has great provision for such things as their children's tuition, but they have to have it paid as their paid receipt before the school will reimburse it. That is appropriate for Woodstock's accounting process. I don't question that. But most of these people don't sit around in their houses with a bunch of money sitting waiting for the next year's children's education. Over the years I've had other requests, very interesting requests sometimes. Recently I loaned someone some money so he could buy a scooter. I paid half of his scooter. He'll pay it back in 2 months. Anyway, there's ways that I get in touch on this. My predicament is that I can't do it all. So one day in homeroom I opened my mouth. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I did. Your children have chosen that they want to have some sort of hand in this. There's going to be a cooperative bank account, there won't be a bank separate, that will give micro loans, interest-free if it's paid back in 3 months. Now the problem is I need some principal to start on. Some of your children want to contribute to that. They may have already talked to you. I had one father walk up to me the other day and hand me a check and says, here's the beginning. So I know some of you are talking about it. What it will be is that there will be one of our senior school employees, one of our junior school employees, myself, and I'm going to try to include 2 wives because I like to see the wives involved in this kind of motivation thing, making the decisions whether this family or that family or so-and-so deserves a loan for whatever. They know that better than I do. What we have is a bank account that will be called Renaissance Lives. I hope that when I see a bunch of Renaissance graduates come back, maybe in 5 or 10 years, they're going to be able to still see the effect of that. When we came to Woodstock, I didn't come back to Woodstock. I didn't graduate here, but we came to Woodstock and we walked into the dining room the first time, and one of the bearers looked at Mrs. Strider, and he knew her by name, he knew when she graduated. She didn't know his name, she called him potato chips because that's what he always served. They know you. What Deirdré said here is very clear. You come back in 10 years and they'll know you. Please do come back. But I'd like to see this left as a legacy. Classes usually give something back to Woodstock. I'd like to see it being given this time on behalf of school employees. The way we'd like to handle this, we're going away for the summer, so what we're doing is we're putting it in a bank account in Judy's name until we get back from our summer vacation. If you want to make contributions tonight, see Judy. We'll be able to give you an update of investment in that, and we're going to keep the class, not necessarily that I'm going to respond to parents, but I'm going to respond to class, students, and keep them up to date on what's happening with this venture. Thank you.
I'd like to commend the class of 2008 for this wonderful initiative. I don't believe any class has ever done anything like this before, so you guys really are special. I'd also like to say it's a lot better thing to be remembered for than what happened to us. Our class had a reunion in Mistry a couple of years ago. One of my classmates was walking through the quad and one of the barracks from the hospital saw him and said, "What's up? You've all become old and fat." If anybody would like seconds, please go for them now, and then we'll start another little piece of the program. School looked pretty good. So I came to Woodstock and they were 4 of the happiest years of my life. Nowadays, even in remote countries, there are many more international schools than there were in our day, and parents have more choices for their children, even when they're in unusual situations where their work takes them far away from their native countries. And yet many parents are still making the choice to send their children to Woodstock. I'd like the kids to understand that this represents a huge commitment on the part of parents. Not just financial, although that is an issue for many of us. But also, you know, we really miss you guys when you're not home. So, we sent you here because we thought it would be the best thing for you. And I believe we're probably all pleased with the results. So, do I have parents here to talk about this? Don't be shy, I don't want to do all the talking, Susan.
Their family world and their school world, and they didn't like it very much when their worlds collided. software began to be two worlds. And so I just wanted to thank you for letting us invade your world this week. I think we've enjoyed the experience. And thinking about the future, that now it's kind of the point where our worlds kind of start to converge again. We come back into our world, we come into your world, I don't choke up. But we just want to tell you that we're proud of you, and we love you, and we look forward to kind of reconnecting as adults together. And I got another parent up here.
I had actually been somebody who has seen Woodstock for many years. Ever since the time I was actually in medical school, and my sister used to work in the Friend Homes Foundation in Happy Valley. That's when I first had the glimpse of Woodstock students when they played basketball. And the impression I got at that time was this was a very, very westernized school, which, you know, had no discipline whatsoever. And later on, a number of my nephews and nieces went to the school, and it really gave me an opportunity to interact with them, to see really, you know, what they got out of the school. And it was actually an evaluation for me to decide whether I should send my daughter to Woodstock or not. And when I saw the progress that came out, that was one of the reasons why I really sent my daughter to the school and was graduating today. I'm very glad that she went to Woodstock in many ways. Of course, no parent would be satisfied 100% wherever they send any of their children. However, the number of things that my daughter learned from the school, I'm glad it would have not been easily possible for them to learn from other schools. At the same time, the issues that concerned me about Woodstock was particularly who are the children who are coming to Woodstock, more than what the buildings or facilities are available in Woodstock. And this was a concern of mine because I knew that the most important thing my child would be people or children whom she would interact with whom she interacts with really be a major factor in molding what she is today. And that's something I felt was very important for Woodstock too, that the children who come to the school, their character, their parents matter a lot to the school. Well, I'm happy to say that I've met many wonderful parents here, and that my daughter has found wonderful friends in the school. And that has really, I think, given a major part of her education, besides what she learned in the classrooms. The values for which Woodstock stands are something that I also feel very happy to have sent my child here in the school. So these are things that I thought Woodstock has contributed greatly. The faculty members have also been very friendly and have given us many opportunities to interact with whenever we had a chance to come to Woodstock. It kind of made me feel close to the school in a special way. So I want to take this chance today to thank all the school faculty members and administration staff who really helped with all that my daughter got from the school. And also to thank all the parents that I've met here in having interacted with them and learned something from them about their families and their children also here. So thank you all very much. Thank you.
Anyone else want to speak? Well, that's a tough microphone. Shabab's mother, Shabab Rahman, so we just covered his face. I'm very proud today to say I'm Shabab's mother. I love you very much. I was so happy to see my boy give this wonderful recital yesterday. You know, he has a guitar. I know he takes guitar lessons, but he goes home. He never plays. I mean, I hear him go TV lessons. He plays something or music. Like what, man? Just good luck me. So it's like when he's home during summer or winter, most of the stuff I get to hear is, oh, man, don't love me. You know? So it's like, I'm loving, I have to love. Like, can I spend some time? Like what? I'm watching TV. What I'm doing this. You know, so I understood. It's like, I miss him. Yeah. It's very true. I would tell all the kids here, we all got good young men now, parents miss you like crazy. You might think that, oh, we're away, they're doing their life, they're busy with this thing, you know, it's okay, you know. It's not like that. Once you become parents, you will understand how much you miss your kid. We miss you like anything. And like I said, my son there, I missed him all the day. Even when he was home, like I said, he just felt like I was bugging him. But yesterday, like I said, well, he's a young man. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. You make me proud. You made me proud. It was so wonderful seeing you playing the guitar and doing the wonderful recital. Of course, I see your results. You've done well in your age. You've done terrible with other things. And I see his result comes with, okay, there's A, but the teacher writes effort is like video. He doesn't study, he doesn't interact, you know. And when I say, how is this happening, you know, like he says, I'm like, you know now. So, okay, I have to be a little thing about an A. So he has something like A and a D. You know, like, okay, we live with that. But then, in the end, he came through. And the most important thing is, I have to acknowledge the contribution of the teachers. You know, they helped him grow up. For the last 4 years, my son's been here, and he grew up here, basically. So the staff member has played the role that his dad and I was supposed to play. So thank you all for doing such a wonderful job. You know, so I've seen my son going through whatever, you know, 4 years here, he has grown up. He's gone through whatever boys go through. Okay? And he's given everybody a lot of trouble, and I hopefully some pleasure as well. Some of the teachers said that, oh, he was fun as well. I hope so too. So please remember Shabab, that, you know, like it was fun having Shabab, and the trouble that gave you, you know, that he gave you, you know, just put it back in the black burner of your mind. Remember the good things. Because I know my son will go back home and then going off to the US and studying to college. He will go back with, you know, his heart full of love and good memories. I know that. I know that. I can see that in his eyes. And that's what makes me so happy. That's what makes me so happy. And I have to thank the wonderful staff at Woodstock here for making that possible. For being his dad, mom, aunt, uncle, friend, everything for the last 4 years. And I have one reason for sending him here, other than the fact that my brother had studied here, he graduated here 24 years back home here, and I've been here in Woodstock, and all that. And actually, that's the reason Shabab wanted to come here. I wasn't, well, I'd say my husband wasn't terribly keen on that, but I said, okay, he wants to go. And the other issue was, I wanted my son to be, to get all-round education. I'm from Bangladesh. He was going to one of the top schools there. Everything was great. I I mean, study was great, everything was great, but it was very, very book-oriented. You know what I mean? But I didn't see him growing anywhere else. I didn't see growth elsewhere. So I wanted to get that kind of growth. It's important to be away from home sometimes, not always. And then learn to be with other people, to be away from your children, and discover yourself. Most of the kids actually do start discovering themselves when they go to college. But I thought if he came to Woodstock and started working on his own with friends and in a different environment, he will grow up and learn that, learn to adjust and learn to discover himself. And I think my son has grown over the years, and I hear his teachers also tell me that he has, and I'm very glad that he hasn't. For all I know, my brother was also 76 years. So it's going to be a long Woodstock tradition in my family. And again, thank you very much, parents, students, friends, wonderful kids, and Woodstock.
Because I'm up here and I promised Rose I wouldn't embarrass her, I'm just going to say, Rose, I am so proud of you. And if I say it more, I'm going to crack up. So I love you. I'm glad you came here. I think it was the best thing we all could have done. And I too am immensely grateful to everybody at Woodstock for what they've done for her. When we sent our kids to Woodstock, I think we all knew that we were putting them in good hands. And I think we can now see the results. Woodstock has indeed transmitted your children back to us, stronger, wiser, and more beautiful. So the parents already touched on staff, who of course are an enormous part of the Woodstock experience. When Rosella came to Woodstock, within a week or so of her arriving here, she sent me an email in which she said, I really respect my teachers, and I want them to respect me, so I'm going to work really hard. I almost fell off my chair. I had never heard anything like this from Rosella before. She had teachers she'd gotten to like a little bit here and there in her Italian education, but never like this. However, I was not surprised by this, because I knew from my years at Woodstock that I could expect her to find teachers whom she would both respect and love and be friends with. And these friendships will endure. There are staff members I'm still in touch with, some I see, some I have not seen since I graduated or even earlier because they left. And yet over all these years, we're still in touch, we're friends, we still share a profound love and respect. It takes someone special to work at Woodstock. Although Missouri is a very beautiful place, and now that we're here at this beautiful time of year, we're certainly seeing the best of it, this is not an easy place to live. Anybody who's been through a monsoon or a winter here knows this. For staff members, it's even harder. Woodstock staff work harder than educational staff at any other institution in the world. I'm quite sure of this. It's beyond your teaching hours, your preparation hours, your grading. It goes into monitoring study halls, monitoring student activities, going on hikes, going on weekend events. In my day, the chemistry teacher was where I moved into playing the tuba because the orchestra lacked a tuba player. He had never played the tuba in his life. And he ended up playing the tuba for years in the Woodstock Orchestra. So being a Woodstock staff member really means going above and beyond. And I have often asked people, what made you do it? You certainly don't get paid much. What staff members have told me time after time, we did it for the students. These are the most extraordinary students in the world. And I've heard this from staff members who have taught in international schools, in private schools, public schools, and all different school systems all over the world. And they consistently say, it's the caliber of the students. There's nothing like them anywhere else. There's one staff member here tonight who knows the Renaissance class extremely well, and who has also seen quite a few Woodstock classes. Dana and Judy Carter were on staff when I was in school. And they're still here now, and Dana has been the Renaissance homeroom teacher. So I would like to have Dana both here and his impressions of this extraordinary class.
Impressions of the class are not hard to come up with. It goes everywhere from Nita singing on the math table, entertaining the class better than I could do. Nishant, always one of the most gentlemanly fellows, and I think all the girls would agree with that, as well as all the guys. Some of the other things that stand out about the class is the way they receive new people, because they don't. If you're new, you have an awfully hard time breaking in, because those friendships were deep, were very certain, very solid. I struggled with that. I think I talked about it every beginning of year since grade 8 or 9 or 9 or 10. Well, Mr. D might have said it first, because he was homeroom teacher in grade 9. Or some of the other ways was Samuel and Zung sitting on either side of Varka and making the most noise in assembly. But what really stands out when you're with students in Woodstock, and I told someone recently, this is now, I'm not quite sure how many classes I've been homeroom teacher of, but I've seen graduation itself happen, or else I've been chaperoning students away from Woodstock while graduation happens for 28 years now. And if you count it up, if this at all is an average class of 60 times 28, you don't have to be much of a mathematician to know that there's an awful lot of students who've gone through Woodstock. Raj Karnikars, my goodness. You can go on and on. You heard today about Tamanins, and actually you go to the generation before that, you saw Mr. Bali's stand. When you start counting up the years that people have had in Woodstock, Judy and I have had to stay this long just to stay ahead of some people for their generations in Woodstock. So we have now beaten Kedgerwalds because we have been here 36, that's 3 times 12 for Judy's family, 28 of ours, so 36 and 28 is 64 years. We had 4 children graduate from Woodstock. That's another 48 years. Are you adding this up? Writers have been here a long time. What keeps us here is the potential. I think you're looking at world leaders, world shapers. I hope that we see policy molded because of something someone learned in her science class. You're all here. I hope that we hear about people here who continue another generation of ministry just like their parents have done, because you've learned something from your parents about ministry, about your own faith, and you've moved on to a new generation of it. I hope you're here, whoever you are. I know you're here. You're going to come back and have a celebration here again, and you're going to be someone like Jagdish Sagar, who's going to speak to us tomorrow, who absolutely loves coming back to Woodstock, not because his teachers are here anymore, because it's home. Jagdish, it's going to be good to hear you tomorrow. And I know that people don't know you, so I'd like you to stand. When did you graduate? 1960. So we have a history that is ongoing, that is being written today. Every staff member here has a part of it. We won't tell all the stories we can tell, but I think one of the best stories that I could ever tell about my years in Woodstock was one that has nothing to do with anyone in this class. When we first came to Woodstock, we lived down in Durham. We did Mr. Doss's job. And we did that job for 8 years. No one has passed that yet. See, Cracker still holds some records. Anyway, one of the things that happened during those years, we had a boy in our dorm who was on medication for his epileptic seizures. And this young man decided, because his classmates were giving him a hard time, he took himself off the medication. I'm not going to be known as a druggie, a junkie. He was upset at his classmates, so he stopped taking it. And 3 days later, had a seizure as he stepped out from under the shower. Went stiff, full stiff backwards, banged his head on the floor. The rest of the boys, of course, were very scared. They came running up to my apartment. I lived in Mr. Dawson's apartment at that point. Mr. Crager, come quick. Chaitan fell down. We think he's dying. So when I got down to the shower room, Chaitan is lying on the floor, going through the convulsions of an epileptic seizure. I recognized it right away. Woodstock trains us to recognize such things. Actually, I learned that one back in school. I had the privilege of sitting beside a girl who was epileptic. And I was one of her caregivers in school until she got it sorted out from medicine. But anyway, I sat down beside Chaitan on the floor, cradled his head, talked to him. I knew he wasn't going to respond. He was still in convulsions. And I reminded the boys back here behind me in the shower, we sent for the school nurse. Mrs. Giles is going to be here in a moment. Okay. And they were sitting there standing under the shower, staring at Chaitan on the floor. Finally, we heard Mrs. Giles' footsteps. I said, boys, Mrs. Giles is coming. Okay. All of the boys got out of the shower, except Arun Damaraj. Arun stayed in the shower. Mrs. Giles came down the stairs into the shower room. It's not even like the shower room in hospital now. It was one great big open, 9 stalls, was it, Teeran? 6 or 9? Anyway, Arun standing under the shower. He sees Mrs. Giles. He reaches up here, stays under the shower, full tilt his head, reaches up, takes his towel, wraps it around his face so he couldn't see Mrs. Giles. I hope you learn more than that in Woodstock.